Good afternoon, viewers. Welcome to the latest episode of Thoughtful Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education at collegedunia.com. I'm very happy to introduce you all the dignitary who is there in front of me, Dr. Geeta Rajaram ma'am, who is currently serving as Principal of Global Institute of Management Sciences, Bangalore. Thank you so much for joining with us, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Bilal. Thank you for inviting me on this.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm very curious, even my viewers are also very curious to understand and hear from you itself, like how your journey through this education sector, how is that has been?
Yeah, I would say this has been a very exciting journey. I also am completing about 25 years of service in the education sector so far, and I've entered my 26th year. Essentially, it is for me that students keep me excited. I'm very happy when I'm around with students and seeing them leave the portals, of our campus when they go out with high-flying careers. It becomes it's a pleasant moment for me when I see that. Yeah.
All right. Ma'am, we will move to the interview section where the initial question I would definitely ask you is, you have held key positions at various education institutes throughout your professional career.
Yes.
What are the key factors that keep you connected with the education sector?
The key factors, as I told you previously, it is my students. It's the students who give us joy. And we take the pride as teachers as such. We take the pride when we see our students leave the portals with high-paying jobs, or they would have started their own companies. And when they come back, in fact, they come back to recruit my next gen students. So that gives me a lot of pleasure. So that is one of my key factors. The other one is I'm very passionate about teaching, and I consider teaching. Everyone says it's a noble profession. Yes, I do agree, but partly I also feel teaching is something that cannot be done randomly, by taking some books, unless you are very passionate about it.
Great, ma'am. Being the principal of Global Institute of Management Sciences, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
I personally feel that everyone is capable, everyone is competent, but it is that leader's role, who actually takes it forward in terms of, identifying the competence in a given, candidate or a faculty or a student as such. And from there on, we have to build confidence in them. So my role as a leader is to identify the competencies of the individuals, both students and faculty members. Further, I would like to build on that through their confidence.
Wonderful, ma'am. Ma'am, again, as a principal of JIMS, how do you strategize about the key programs and plans for the marketing and administration of your college?
Yeah, absolutely. I strategize in everything. I strategize each and every aspect of higher education administration. I personally divide my entire task as admissions, academics, and then placements. So I have a strategy for each of them, whether it's admissions or academics, academic delivery, as well as for placements. What I normally do is I go for a kind of analysis like what, how, who, and where framework. So I identify the whole process in this framework. Thereby, I get some innovative goals. I try to see where are the gaps happening, and then I drive them as innovative goals. From the innovative goals, I'll define a process. That I do it, as I told you, whether it's admissions or academic delivery or even the placements.
Great, ma'am, because you are following that level of strategy to actually come into a conclusion of decisions.
Yeah.
Good, ma'am. Ma'am, what do you think should be the college's top priority over the next 10 years?
Oh yeah, I do have a vision for our college. I just believe in institutional development plans. I do have an institutional development plan already. And there I personally feel I should be looking at, learning-based objective learning. Everything should be an outcome of the outcome-based learning. That is what I'm looking for primarily. Second is I wish to establish several centers of excellence in coordination with my, with my team here. My faculty team is very strong. And I also want to have some connect with the corporates who are willing to come down and establish centers of excellence. Apart from this, I also believe in human resource development. All the faculty members have to gear up very fast with the changing technology. So we should have a center for human development. When we take human development, see, companies spend huge money on training their employees. Similarly, we should also have a center for training and developing our faculty members. So these are primarily my current goals which I have set for the next 5 to 6 years.
Absolutely great. What do you see as GIM's greatest strengths?
GIM's greatest strength is the kind of democratic process that we follow. Whether it is a top-down approach or a bottom-up approach, we have an excellent way of communicating the policies, the procedures, right from the management till the last employee in the organization. That is one of the biggest strengths, because when everyone is involved in the transformation or any decision making, everyone feels a part of their own, part of the institution, and they're aware. They know what they have to do, how they have to do it. So clear instructions, clarity about what they are expected to do will help us take decisions much faster. That is one of my biggest strengths. I would also like to add on that some of our students, as I said, I was discussing in previous meetings that I have had with you. We have some of the top students who join our postgraduate programs. They are like, whether it's MCA program or an MBA program, we get some of the creamy layers from the across the city, especially from the PGCET programs.
Okay. Super, ma'am. Ma'am, what are some of the biggest challenges you see, both for higher education in general and for your college, something specifically also?
There are a lot of challenges. Primarily, I would begin by using a broad term called as adaptability. All the people, whether it is the students or the faculties, they need to adapt very fast. I would say the biggest challenge that I would foresee is adaptability, whether it's in terms of the faculty members or the students. Now, I would like to say this, Bilal, is our students are digital natives, whereas our faculties are digital adapters. They have adopted to digital technology or digital platforms, while students are well versed. They are born and brought up with these technologies with them. So that gap has to be bridged. It's very essential that the gap has to be bridged. The other challenge is, how do we build the digital infrastructure? How do we get all our management, our stakeholders into confidence? How do we take them into confidence in making this possible? Everyone says we should adapt to technology, but do we have the kind of investment? You all know that in higher education today we are much in the very preliminary stages of adapting digital technology as compared to the corporates. Academic institutions, they will always look, what will be my return if I am investing so much on my digital infrastructure. So we are in a very nascent stage of building the digital infrastructure. Here comes the role of the corporates who have to step in, because end of the day we are all working together to send a good citizen to the society in nation building. That is what I would say. These are the challenges, correct?
Wow, wonderful, ma'am. It was a very thoughtful kind of a session.
Yeah.
And it's all our pleasure to have on board with you today. So thank you so much for your valuable time, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Before I close, I just wanted to say, JIMS is entering into its 25th year. We completed 25 years and we are entering the 25th year. And incidentally, it's been a long journey of 25 years, seeing the ups and downs of managing educational institutions. I would like to share with you that we have been shortlisted among the top 30 schools or in academic institutions in India, and hopefully, we would go along, and I'm glad we are shortlisted. Whether we win it or not, the award, that is secondary. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful, ma'am. All the very best for all the glorious years ahead.